Jen here with layout number 4 for the Build-A-Page series. We are playing bingo with Build-A-Page this month in April, so I'm just showing you some of the notes that I wrote down to kind of follow the bingo card that we're using. And the kit that I'm working on today is this paper from 49 and Market that I bought. Oh gosh, I should have given you some warning. Take a deep breath. I know. I cut it. I'm cutting this paper. It's such a stunning, beautiful paper, and I'm fussy cutting it. I completely cut the whole thing apart. Yep. I hope that didn't take you by surprise. Follow me along to the end. I promise it's going to be okay. Oh, I'm actually cringing a little just watching myself because I cut that beautiful paper. But it is okay. It's totally okay. I definitely should have bought 2 of these, maybe even 3 or 4. I didn't. I'm kicking myself for that. If I can ever get my hands on this paper again, I'll probably buy a couple of them. I love that blue color so much. And I think these florals are just really, really pretty. I don't know. There's something about this paper that I just loved so much. And I don't know why. The first thought I had in my head is, well, let's just cut it up. But there you go. That's what I'm doing. And it does turn out really nice. I actually like this layout quite a bit. It's very different from other layouts that I would normally do. And so I like that. I like that it kind of gave me the opportunity to play with things a little bit, experiment a little bit. And while, yes, there was a part of me the whole time I was fussy cutting this going, Jen, what are you doing? Most of me was excited to see how it was going to go and see where my creativity could take me. So, okay, now that we're breathing again, the fussy cutting is almost over. Let me finish telling you about the kit. So there was that blue paper from 49 and Market. The yellow paper is from Simple Stories. I pulled out the acetate foliage, the pink foliage that I have from 49 and Market, and also some Paige Evans die cuts. So a very kind of simple kit that I put together because I really did want to make sure that the blue paper was the focus. And everything came from my April How to Kill a Kit with Style kit because that is the theme. We were doing florals. So I, picked lots of florals. I thought just go for it, make everything super floral, which works with my photo, which is a dance photo. This is a picture from when Kaylin won first overall in her category. And so it was a pretty exciting time for her. And so lots of flowers were involved, and florals just works really good with dance pictures, I think. So that's kind of the story behind that and the angle that I kind of took as I was putting the layout, like the kit together, the page kit together. It does check off a bunch of bingo squares, and so that also worked really good. I wrote my little notes in there to kind of keep myself reminded of which bingo squares I wanted to kind of focus on. And yeah, I just took that paper, I fussy cut it, I cut out all of the flowers. It was pretty simple to do, and I think if you did this 10 times, each time your flowers would look a little bit different, just because there are quite a few layers, and some of the layers were almost exactly the same color as the background of that paper. And so I did cut a few spots and then thought, oh, maybe that was a leaf, maybe I should have cut it. So it has a lot of potential to be larger or smaller, or kind of you could change it if you were fussy cutting it and wanted to say scrap lift this. I still think yours would look different because you may include some of the leaves that I didn't. You may cut off some that I kept. But yeah, it was pretty simple, pretty forgiving to go ahead and fussy cut that out. I also fussy cut the butterflies that were part of it, and I'm going to pull out some butterflies from the acetate too, because that was a bingo square, was to use butterflies. So let me just tell you what I got here. So I got, oh, let me see. I had put on my little note to use mixed media. I sort of use that. You'll see at the end. So I'm going to count that, I think. I use sequins. I use butterflies. I use stickers. I use kind of bright, bold colors. Um, what else do I get in there? I think that's it. Oh, and I use hearts or stars. Yeah, that is what I use. And did I already say florals? Are they on there? Yes, florals. So, no actual bingos on this particular page, but I use a lot of different elements from the total bingo card. So, that was sort of what I was hoping to go for. I thought I would build my kits based on the whole bingo card and then see what I could do from page to page. So essentially, I put down those 2 chunks of florals. I thought that that would look better than trying to cut the edge of the blue paper and create a yellow border around the whole thing. I just felt like I would lose some of the floral by cutting that edge. And so in my mind, the way to kind of maintain the full size of those florals was to fussy cut them and put them on top of the yellow paper. So I did that, fussy cut those out, stuck them down, and then I just found some of the foliage from the acetate package that I thought kind of looked fun and tucked that all in. I didn't want to make it too dense because I want you to be able to see the different leaves. They're really, really pretty and they all have a lot of different detail to them. So I just kind of tucked some in and made it look almost like the top florals are reaching down diagonally towards those bottom florals and they're reaching up towards the top ones. And so that's generally what I did. And I just kind of tucked a bunch in and then added a bunch more butterflies just to make sure that I definitely checked that off. And then now I'm just going through and taking some foam and popping up little spots. So everything has lots of dimension, like the butterfly wings and some of those leaves that I kind of left to sit on top of the picture of Kaylin. And I was thinking at first that I would go ahead and plop that photo right into the center of the page. But as I was moving it around a little bit, I kind of liked the way it tucked in up at that top there and a couple of those little leaves kind of draped over it. And so I think that that works because the bottom cluster is definitely a heavier, larger cluster than that top corner one. And Kaylin's in that right side where she kind of looks like she's facing in the direction facing left. So I think that kind of worked out. I really like that it just the layout was already different for me, and so making those little touches and kind of going against what my normal habits would be just kept pushing the layout a little bit more and a little bit more out of the box, which is always kind of fun and exciting and part of the creative adventure. And that's definitely something that I think people need to remember when they're creating layouts, is to give themselves some of those challenges and kind of follow the adventure and see where it takes you. So something as small as moving a picture from a place you might normally put it, or whatever it could be. Fussy cutting your favorite paper, as an example. And so once I got all that down and everything was popped up, I just went ahead and added a bunch of sequins to give it a little bit of shimmer. There's little splotches where it looks like there was some splatter. And so I just popped sequins in on top of some of those little dots. I kept some of them in when I was fussy cutting them. And so I just put some sequins along there to kind of accentuate some of those little dots. Those are Spiegel Mom Scrap sequins. And then I finished the whole thing off with my little white sketchy border and a splatter of some white shimmer from Heidi Swap. And I added a few stickers to create a title. And that's it. That is my layout. I really, really love how this turned out, and I really appreciate that you came along on the journey with me. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you so, so much for watching. Check out the ladies from Build a Page down below, and until tomorrow, happy scrapping. Bye.
Bye. Thanks to me. To my button. To my channel.